and you need to take this form, which we're going to give you. It's a Likud membership form. And you're going to join Likud. In America, almost everybody in America is a member of a political party. In Israel, less than 7% of the people are members of political party. 93% are members of political nothings. Now they vote on election day. Yes, on election day, on national election day you vote. But guess what? What are you voting for on election day? You're not voting for a person. You know, you live here, you're voting for a party. Likud, Labor, Meretz, Aguda, Shas, the marijuana party. They're all different. That's a serious party. That's not a joke. It's a serious party, these guys. Hey, these guys just want to have fun. They don't get peace, not peace. They just want to have fun. Anyway, you're voting for parties. Parties, okay? But you're not voting for a person. There's one time in all of Israeli politics when you can actually go for a person. Primary day. How does Likud get their whole list? How do they decide who's number 2 and who's number 7, who's number 1, who's number 25? Likud got 27 seats in this Knesset. So who are these 27 guys? So what do you think? After they got 27 seats, Netanyahu said, let's see. All right, I'll take Benny Begin, I'll take Gideon Sa'ar. He didn't decide that. That was decided before. That was decided 3 months before by the members of Likud. They went to the polls and they voted for this guy and they didn't vote for this guy and they voted for this guy and they didn't vote, and so on. You voted. And based on your votes, the list was made. The only time in Israeli politics where you voted for a real walking and talking person. Okay. But you can only do that if you're a member of a political party. In my opinion, the only one kedai to join is Likud, because we're talking about leadership. I'm not saying anything bad about the other parties. They're wonderful. But if you want to lead this country, there's 2 parties you should join. One of 2. Either Labor or Likud. Those are the 2 leadership parties. Kadima, why did I mention Kadima? Because Kadima came from Likud. Kadima is, you know, like when there's a successful TV show, all of a sudden there's a, what's it called? What? A spin-off. Good word. A spin-off. Kadima is a spin-off of Likud. So Likud, I don't know how long, and I don't know how long they will last. I already see them now falling apart. Well, Faz is talking about bringing a whole bunch of chevra into Likud. I don't know how long Kadima will last. There's 2 parties, Labor and Likud. These are leadership parties. Even Lieberman, you'll see, he's made a strong showing. He's going to melt away. As Shinoi melted away, Somed melted away, Derech HaShlishit, all these parties that came with a big bang, a big hurrah, and are gone. The leadership parties in Israel, Labor or Likud. So if you identify with Shimon Peres, then if you do, I don't know what you're doing here tonight, then you would join Labor. If not, join Likud. And make this country the Jewish state it was destined to be. In conclusion, I just want to tell you one final story, and we'll wrap it up. This is the final story of the night. It's a true story, by the way. True story. There was a town in Europe that didn't have rain for a long time. So, you know, in those days, they took things very seriously. They were davening, they were fasting, still no rain. So they went to the Rebbe of the town. They said, Rebbe, it's been so long, there's no rain. We're not going to have our crop, our food, nothing, water supply. We may die, famine. So the Rebbe said, listen, here's what I want. In 7 days from now, you will all gather in the town square, men, women, and children, and bring your tehillim, and we will daven for rain. Why 7 days? Why not tomorrow? Because in the meantime, if anybody has any disputes with any friend, family, cousin, brother-in-law, whatever, settle your disputes. You have a week to settle your disputes, as we say in Israel, a sulcha. Make a sulcha, everything forgiven, and then in 1 week we will come together. Belev echad, am echad, and then I promise you, I swear to you, says the Rebbe, we'll daven, because we're like one person, then Hashem will send rain right away. Come. Everybody did that sulcha. They made up and they this and they fine. It came a week later. Men, women, and children were there. They built a big stage for the Rebbe to come. They all brought the Tehillim books. The Rebbe comes and he walks on top of the bama that they built for him, and he looks around the sea of people, men, women, and children. He looks and he looks and he looks and he claps on the table. This will never work. And he leaves. And they ran over to him and they said, Rebbe, why do you say it won't work? You did it. We did exactly what you said. Really? We made up. There was a guy that hadn't talked to his mother-in-law, if you can imagine, in 10 years. They made up talking to the mother-in-law. There was a guy that was upset with his business partner. They made up. There were a few guys that were upset at their neighbors because they played music too loud. They made up. And everybody made up. There's, as we said, one people standing out there. So he went up to the stage and he said, you made up? Yes. There's no more fighting in the community? Zero. You believe 100% that as soon as we say Tehillim, Hashem is going to send the rain? We believe! We believe, Rebbe. And he said, how come I look around, I don't see one person holding an umbrella? If you really believe it's going to rain, how come you're not holding an umbrella? So it really means, blah, blah. You don't believe. And that's how I conclude tonight. We all talk, oh, if we only had it, if the country would only be this way. Oh, if we would do this, it would be better. Oh, do you believe? Fill out this form. This is your umbrella. Because if you believe, you fill out this form, and then that's it. No more kvetching, guys. You have nobody to blame anymore. That's it. You fill this form. Because we don't know. People in the States always ask me, hey, when's the next election in Israel? How can you answer that question? I say to people in the States, elections in Israel work like car warranties. Car warranties are like 60,000 miles or 2 years, whichever comes first. So elections in Israel are 4 years, or when the government falls, whichever comes first. And it's true. 31 governments in 60 years. 31. This is the 31st government. So we don't know. We don't know. Bibi was going to make a speech on Sunday. I'm sure a lot of people will be upset on Monday. And on Tuesday there'll be a crisis. And on Wednesday there'll be a vote. And on Thursday there'll maybe new elections. I don't know. Kenzai? Could be. So we have to be ready. And the way to be ready is hold that umbrella. So Am Yisrael Chai, L'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim. And let's take the leadership of this country into our own hands. Rafi, we'll take questions. Anybody has, but Rafi, in the meantime, give out these forms and guard the door. Nobody leaves. No. You give everybody one. Everybody get a form. And none of this, I didn't bring a pen. I didn't bring this. We have a pen. I'll give you a pen. And I cannot give it to you as a present. That would be a bribe. So you must return it. You must return the pen. Okay? Go get them. Nobody leaves. And because all I wrote was 3. So, that's all I have. They're just flying out. They're flying out. In any case, we have 2 pens. See? 2 pens and 3 forms. Well, let's start right here. We got 3 forms. We got 3 forms.